Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Avery. I'm a mom of two. I have a 3.5-year-old little boy named Iris and a 1.5-year-old little girl named Isla. I'm currently almost tomorrow 39 weeks pregnant with baby number 3. So with being 39 weeks tomorrow, it kind of got me thinking like, hey, you've got these baby videos that you really want to get up. You might want to get them up now. I had my first at 39 weeks, and I had my second right before 39 weeks. So the fact that I'm 39 weeks tomorrow is kind of like driving me insane because I want this baby out. I'm done being pregnant. So today I'm gonna be going through and telling you guys baby names that me and my husband have loved, but we just won't be using. A little bit of a background, the way that we pick names definitely has a meaning. So our oldest is named Iris Rico, and it's Irys. Actually, my husband picked out both of our kids' names. Iris's name, I don't know where my husband got it from, but one day he was just like, hey, do you want to use Iris? And I was like, sure, loved it. Like, it sounded great. Like, and I loved that it was more like a nature, like florally type of name, like really soft for a boy. And then we chose Rico because my grandfather on my dad's side, his middle name was Rico, so we went with that, and it had a lot of meaning to me. I never got to meet him. So my daughter's name is Isla Sage, and I picked Isla because I kind of wanted to stick with that whole like I thing going on. I don't know. So I loved the name Isla. It sounded really nice. My husband picked that one out as well. Once again, loved the whole nature, vibe, I guess, coming from it. And then I just loved Sage because it definitely had that nature vibe to it as well. But it also means, knowledge and, just wisdom. So I loved that. So that's basically how we pick names. We definitely like to make sure that it has like a good meaning behind it. I'm one for consistency, so sticking with a nature name is most likely what's going to happen with this baby. We have a name picked out. We have a boy name and a girl name. No, I'm not going to share those, but we do have a name picked out. So as far as the names that we will not be using though, I have 11 girl names and I have 7 or 8 boy names. Some of these names though on these lists, I definitely feel like could go either way. We definitely are like all for like giving a softer name for a boy and a stronger name for a girl. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my boy names because I do love these ones. So the first name is Snow. Just Snow. It just seems very nice. And I felt like this was more so a girl name, but it definitely could be a boy name as well. This was the main gender neutral, I guess, name that we had picked out. We weren't sure if we were going to use it for a first name or a middle name, but we did like Snow. The next name is Wild, not Wilder, just Wild, W-I-L-D-E. I really liked this name. I feel like I've seen Wilder everywhere and it just does not seem like it would have fit with our family, which is one reason why we're not going with Wild. We love the name though, but it just, I don't know. I don't feel content, I guess, whenever I spoke the name out loud. And for me, I have to say the name a couple times out loud. Wild, come here. Wild, put that down. Wild, what do you want for a snack? And it just did not flow off of my tongue, so it just was a no-go for us. The next one is Luca, and we actually thought about this name when we had our second baby. So we did not find out baby's sex with our second or this time. So if Isla was a boy, she might have been named Luca. But this name means light in Latin, and it just sounds really just like light. I don't know, it just sounds nice. Luca. The next name is Ocean, and this is spelled a little bit differently, but it is pronounced like the ocean. I am a fish. I love being in water. I love bodies of water. I like being on the water. It's a shame we don't live near water now. Like, I just really like being near water, and I don't know, it just really spoke to me. But it's not a name that we both cohesively liked. My husband was like kind of on board with it, but not so much. So we will not be going with Ocean, but I do think it is a beautiful name for a boy. So this next name is actually a name that I've thought about all 3 times, each pregnancy. But the only reason I did not is because, I don't know, something seemed off about it. Not like off with the name, but it wasn't something I was extremely set on. Iris was most likely going to be named Ira, but Iris just kind of fit him a little bit better. We thought about it with our daughter, if she was going to be a boy, about naming her Ira, but I felt like it was so close to Iris, and then now we have Iris and Isla. If we named this baby Ira, I would definitely get my kids' names mixed up, and I feel like it's almost like a combination of the 2 kids' names now. So for me, that was just like a no, but I really, really love the name Ira. Next is Urban, and this is actually really funny because I actually had a teacher in high school named Urban. It was his last name, but I really do like the name Urban. And I was like, oh, I really like that name, but I won't be going with it because it's just weird. But we do really like that name, Urban. Urban. It's kind of edgy. It's a little bit stronger than the names that we have, but we really do like that name. So the next name is kind of getting a little bit popular, I feel like. It's Cruz, C-R-U-Z. I don't know, I just really love the name. It flows really well. It sounds really nice. I like the sound of the Z in the name, but it's not as strong, I guess, as having a Z like begin the name. But I do like how it sounds, just Cruz. And I feel like this could work for either a first name or a middle name. So the last on my mainly boy list is Lake. And like I said, I am a fish. I love water, I love nature. So a lot of these names are like centered around like nature and forests and things like that. But Lake just sounds so nice. Just Lake. It seems very calming. It's just a very calming name. So my girl list is definitely a little bit longer than my boys. For some reason, it is just so much easier to come up with girl names than it is for boys, and I don't know why that is, but I feel like most people feel that way. So the first name is Ivy. I definitely love this name. I love the fact that it's a plant and it's nature inspired. I definitely love that it was an I name, so it kind of fits with like my 2 other kids. Me and my husband both loved this name, but it didn't, we thought about this was going to be the girl. Like if we had a girl, like this was definitely going to be her name. But I don't know, it just, we were set on it, and then for a while I would flip back and forth, and I don't know, it just didn't speak to my soul. So we will not be using Ivy, but I do love the name so much. So the next girl name is Luna or Moon. Either one, we loved the name. The only thing is I feel like the name has gotten so popular in the last year or 2, and it just was not, I don't know, it just wasn't gonna work for us. But we definitely love Luna. My husband is like huge into space stuff, like space information, and I don't know, just researching everything about like planets and stars and stuff. So when I told him Luna, he was like, oh yes, loved it. But it was just a little bit too popular of a name for us. The next name I think is absolutely beautiful, and it is Rhea. R-H-E-A. All I'm gonna say is it's beautiful. Beautiful, won't be using it, but it's beautiful. Next is Opal. And Opal is actually one of my favorite stones. I love how it looks. I just love it in general. I definitely Googled like a whole bunch of stones and crystals and was just kind of looking at those for names. And Opal just kind of jumped out at me. The only thing is it just didn't roll off my tongue very well. Like I said, like I have to be able to like use it in a sentence or like in a phrase that I would use typically with my kids, and it just did not roll out of my mouth very like easily. So So the next name that we had picked out was Esme, and this was actually our final contender for our girl name. It was between this and the actual name that we will be using if we end up having another girl. But Esme means beloved, and I don't know, I just really love how it sounds. Just Esme, I don't know, Esme. I thought it would have been cute to have a little girl and have her nickname be like Essie or something like that. I don't know, or May, I don't know. Next is Juna, and this comes from Latin. It means youth or Queen of Heavens. It's not a name that I've heard. I've heard of Juno, but I haven't heard Juna. I really love it. So next is Alba, how it almost just means like the beginning of something, like the dawn of something new. Like I said, we really like having meanings behind our names, and I really, really loved that one. But my husband was not super on board with it, so it is what it is. The next one is Gaia, and this one means earth. This one just didn't really roll off my tongue very well, like I said with some of the other ones. My husband wasn't a huge fan of it, but I definitely do love the name Gaia. I love the meaning behind it. I don't know, maybe it'll get used in the future if we end up ever having any more, but it would probably be a middle name. My husband definitely agreed to like maybe a middle name possibly, but it would never be a first name. Next is Lena. This one comes from Scandinavian origin, and it means small palm tree. I don't know, Lena just sounds really cute. It sounds really light, very like playful almost. But it just didn't seem like it fit with our family, so it's not something that we're gonna use, but definitely love the name. So our last name is Alma, which means good soul, kind-spirited. I mean, who wouldn't want to be named that, really? And I've gone back and forth with like trying to convince my husband of this name, but that's okay. The name we have picked out is like absolutely perfect, and my husband, as soon as I said it, he was like, yes, that is it. But Alma was definitely a contender. I still really love it, so maybe in the future I might try to sneak that in there. We'll see. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you liked some of the names or got like some inspiration from the names. I don't know if you have any other names as well, like drop it in a comment below. I just love listening to like different names or like different takes that people have on names and things like that. I think names are pretty cool, especially when they have like really cool meanings. So yeah, comment down below, like this video if you liked it, click the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll talk to you guys hopefully soon. Maybe not, we'll see if there's a baby, who knows, but I'll see you guys in my next video.